Right, and a warm welcome to everyone. I just want to check if my sound is good before we get going here in the circuit of the Americas. So let's just check and see that everything is fine from my side. Right, so everything looks good from my side, and a warm welcome to you. It's round 4, season 12 at FTR, and we're at the circuit of the Americas. So a warm welcome to wherever you're watching, and if you are watching, give me a shout out. So at least it keeps me busy through this extended session here on a Wednesday night. We've got a sprint race tonight, so it's going to be a short quali followed by the sprint, and that will determine the grid for the main event, which is the 50% race. And at the moment, and I just want to take you through this, is one of our new drivers, CHX. I'm not going to do the whole abbreviation thing. I'm not sure what that is all about. But yeah, it is CHX. That's currently 132.648. Remember, this is a short qualifying, so I expect the guys to go out blazing. Currently in 13th position, the two Ferraris, and Sacred is in 13th, with Bob in 11th, but expect something better from Bob. Nick Gishan currently in 2nd with a 132.845, and Deaky a 132.912. Ime Alonso, winner of last week, he's currently in 7th, and also our current drivers world champion, leader, taking over from Nick Gishan, who's our reigning world champion from season 11. The only guy to do it in Premier Division and Division 2, so well done to him. So Ime currently in the pits, so I just want to have a look and see. So Nick's on an outlap, so we're going to follow Nick around as soon as he gets to the start finish line. Shakes is on a lap, and we know he is super fast, and he's out of fuel, looks to be. So he's currently in 6th with a 133.040. Bob also out on a lap, but we'll just keep an eye, and there we go. Josh, fastest with a 132.573. Puts less than a tenth between him and CHX, with Nick to follow. But we are going to track Nick around as he starts his second flying lap. So there should be enough time to do 3 hot laps. If they stop giving me cautions on the left-hand side, then I know exactly where we are. But let's just get some telemetry up for you. Here we go. Everyone on the softs, no surprise there. So yeah, let me take you around a lap here in Cota as we follow Nick Gishan, Mercedes driver. DRS wide open on the start-finish straight. As he crosses the line to start his first lap, around about now. There we go. Hard braking up the hill, you can't see anything really here, and he gets it into second. Nice rotation from the Mercedes, get on the power as soon as possible. See a little bit of the rear end stepping away, you can hug this corner nicely on the inside. Then it's the fast twisty section here, and flat out in 7th here. This looks really good by Nick. Goes down 2 gears, gets it into 6th, nice. McLaren looks really, that's a purple sector for him. And yeah, this corner very difficult to lose the rear, as we saw there. And this is probably one of the most annoying corners in Formula 1. They really need to do something about that as Americans. And also get the bumpiness out of this track, because it's annoying. If you want to have these fast cars on a track, you can at least try to make it smooth. So Nick slows down nicely. He wants to get the most out of his tyres. I'm not sure who's there next to him. I think it's Deaky. They're having an old how's it. Deaky is on an outlap. Nick ruined his lap, so I'm not sure if he's going to have enough in the tank. Arno Goos is out of fuel, is he? No, he's just cruising around. So Arno 133.029, currently in 5th position. Nick's still trying to get some ERS back. Ime is currently in sector 2 and does a much better job than what Nick did earlier. Alright, so let's see what Ime can do in sector 2. We know Nick had a purple in sector 1 and then had that big moment, just a bit of understeer, not getting the turn in quite right in sector 2. So he had to abort that lap, but he's probably going to jump out on another lap. Maybe we'll just go grab some new tyres. This track is quite aggressive on tyres. We'll just want to have a look at the sector 2 times here from Ime. Yeah, he's about 2 tenths up, and that will take him to a 132.8. So it will bring him into contention. Josh now still on a 1:32.5. Let's just see what Nick, he starts his lap now. So let's just have a look at Nick again, and hopefully he can get sector 2 right. Probably not the best life in these tires left, but he did abort quite quickly, so there might be a little bit more left. Fast twisty section coming through here. This looks all good. Yeah, this looks really good from Nick. This is where he got it all wrong on the previous lap, and this time he gets it slightly better. Jumps the curb quite aggressively there, but it is green for him, so that is personal improvement for him. So let's have a look at when he gets to sector 2. Gets nicely on. He might just get a little bit of a drag from the guys in front as CHX goes faster with the 1:32.363. Maybe a bit too far ahead to get a toe. But yeah, Nick does need to get like 2/10 maybe to get him into contention for the front row. He's a tenth, almost a tenth and a half up in sector 2. A bit of traffic in front of him. Hopefully this dirty air won't get the better of him. Remember, these tires will not have the best in them, as we see a snap of oversteer there. The rear end just complaining about all the pressure being put down on it. And I'm not sure what he says on his delta. This is normally the time that you go really big, and he's not going to go big. He's going to jump back into the pits, and you can see those tires are really badly worn. Let's just have a look. Zero to Cool in the McLaren. He is also going into the pits for his last run. Bob still not getting on with it. He is down in sector 1, so battles a bit here in short qualifying at the Circuit of the Americas, trying to get a competitive lap time up. But it is the moment. It is the front row with CHX, and then the Red Bull of Josh, followed by Nick. Arne Goes, a good showing by him. So 2 Mercedes, 3 and 4. That will vote well for them for the Constructors' Championship. Everyone in the pits, barring Arne, and I think he's on his way into the pits. Yes, he is. And Royal Viking is in sector 1, so let's have a squiz at Royal and see if he can find some time. Probably not pushing a lot, no, not at all. Bob is also down, so Sacred is on a outlap. Sacred is going to start his lap now, so let's stick with Sacred as we follow him around the heartbreaking uphill turn 2. Run slightly wide, didn't get the most out of the apex probably as he expected. A nice hug on the inside there, and then yeah, this fast sweeping section. A little bit off throttle there in 7th. Let's see what he can do through sector 3 at 2/10 down on his personal time. A little bit tentative on the throttle going through that difficult uphill S section. We'll keep an eye out on him to see if he improves. Everyone in the pit. Zali is on a outlap. The 2 Aston Martins currently in 9th and 7th. So they would like to improve that. Get themselves further up the field. Yes, this is only qualifying for the sprint. But any spot that you can get extra is a spot that you don't have to overtake. So, a couple of guys going out on outlaps here. Zadi, Zero to Cool, same as Imi, the current championship leader in the driver's side. Yeah, everyone is jumping out now. I really want to get on board with Nick at a stage because he did seem quite rapid through sector 1. And he's just one of those drivers. If he gets it right in sector 1, it takes a bit of the pressure off. The adrenaline starts kicking in, and he normally then just shapes the lap up and put it nicely together. So we're going to follow him around to see if there's any big improvement for him. He needs, what, about 2/10 to get himself onto the front row, bearing in mind that no one else puts up a faster time than him. But let's have a look and see if we can replicate that purple sector that he had earlier. but it is a mega lap from CHX with a 132.363, 2 tenths, just under 2 tenths. Oh, big, big, big! And that was a big moment from Negishan. And yeah, as a driver, you've got nothing to lose. There's 2 minutes left. He's not going to make it back to the pits and get on with it. He's probably going to he might get disqualified for mowing the lawn, but that's not going to happen for him. So that's, yeah, he won't make it around. Even if he goes into the pits, his outlap is going to have to be too fast. It's going to take the most out of his tyres. Deaky in sector 1. So let's see if the Red Bull driver, no, he's down. So he's made a mistake and he's backed out of it. Imi, let's see where the Aston Martin can get himself. He needs a whole host of time to get himself anywhere near to the front row. And we'll get a good indication in sector 2 where he is at in terms of his true pace in qualifying. Remember, this is a sprint night for us. So after the short qualifying, we will have the the 25% sprint, followed by the main event, which is the 50% race. Sector 2 split is coming up shortly. Imi is 3 tenths up. That will take him to 132.7, 132.8 maybe, if he can carry it forward. That might just drop him in between Negishan and Arno Gous and split the 2 Mercedes drivers. We saw Nick making that big mistake and trying to get back to the pits, which is not going to have enough time. So let's have a look and see if Imi can follow this lap through. And he's going to cross the line. Yeah, Nick's qualifying is done. Yeah, there we go. Imi skipping the 2 Mercedes and putting himself up in front of Nick and Arno. So that is good enough for the front position on the second row. Deaky has not improved. Shakes is basically square with his time in the Alpine. I'm not sure if he's going to improve. 0 to Cool crosses the line. Is he? He's just started. Apologies for that. So let's stick around with 0 to Cool, one of my management members. And let's see if he had a little bit of a wobble there with the McLaren. So we'll see if he lost. Yeah, no, he lost a lot of time. And that's him done for the session. So that will be no higher than 8 for him. Shane has invalidated his lap, so he's not going to improve. Royal Viking, Sacred having a bit of a horrible time as well. So yeah, it's probably not what we expected, but for a feature race for CHX, he started here at FTR and hopefully a long racing career with us. He puts the marker down and say, hello, I might be new, but I'm here to stay. And he's got provisional pole. I'm not sure if Josh has improved. Yeah, Josh has improved, as I wanted to jump onto him. My word, he goes 4 tenths faster with a 132.162 and drops CHS, which was leading by probably about 1/10.5 to 2 tenths, and he's just taken 4 tenths out of him. And a 132.1. So that is pole. I don't think anyone's going to beat that. Let's just have a look at CHX. Is he gonna? No, he's not gonna improve. A 132.208, very close to Josh on pole. Shakes did improve. Good lap there by him, a third. Imi just shows why he is the championship leader at the moment, slotting himself into fourth, jumping the 2 Mercedes drivers. Arno and Distinct 0 to Cool is not going to improve. Zard is not going to improve. So that is basically your qualifying result and your starting positions for the sprint. So I'm going to take a short break because this is going to be a long night for me alone in the comms box. And I'll join you shortly on the formation lap. Right, if you just joined us, welcome to round 5 here at FTR. And we're at the Circuit of the Americas. And it is a Red Bull, the same as this weekend. On pole position, followed by the McLaren. Yeah, it's heating up to be a good sprint race. It's a sprint, 10 laps, waiting for us. Everyone starting on the mediums, followed by the main event, which is the 50% race. And it is currently Emi Alonso leading from Josh and from Shakes in the Drivers' Championship. So let's just get a nice view for us. It's lights out, and away we go here for the sprint edition of the Circuit of the Americas. It's going to be 3 wide. A great start there by CHX. Is he going to get the inside of Josh? And yeah, gets slightly run wide there. It is looks like Nigishin was run wide there by Shakes, but no harm, no foul so far, as everyone goes through the S's like a snake. And it is the two Ferraris at the back, Sacred and Bob, not having the best of starts. But it is Josh who holds on to his pole position, followed closely by, and a great start by Emi, putting himself up into third, followed by Shakes in fourth. Distinct Deke in fifth, biggest loser there, Nigishin in sixth. And let's just go further down to see, it is Royal Viking at the overtake, and yeah, as the start to correct himself. Welcome to Codemasters. And this is DK on Shakes, going to go around the outside into the sun, and he's going to try to undercut him through here. The switchback, no, switchback not right really there for him. Is he going to dive on the inside? No. He does look like he's got a lot of pace in the start of this early couple of laps of the sprint. Nigishin in fifth, and he's keeping a close eye on the guys in front, and any mistake he's going to bounce on. But you can see in the distance that Josh, CHX and Shakes is making a break for it. Zardi currently in sixth, so Arno probably had a moment because he was just behind his teammate, but Zardi did get the overtake done. He's up into sixth. Zero to cool in seventh. Oh, sorry, eighth. Josh puts the fastest lap of 1:35.8 as the timing screen starts trying to correct himself. Shane getting quite fast here with Sacred and Bob, so the two Ferraris are up into 9th and 11th. Emi must have had a moment somewhere, and we missed that unfortunately, but he's down into 12th. And no damage on him, and you don't want to get damage on a sprint race because there is no rescue here for you. The chance of safety cars is very low, and virtual safety cars is not going to save you much. You don't really want to lose an end plate. The telemetry is a bit all screwed up on the left hand side. So well done to Codemasters, or to someone's connection who's as bad as load shedding. Is Deke going to have a look on the inside? Yes, he is. And he gets past Shakes. And yeah, Shakes drops down a place with Deke, but Deke did show some early paces, you know, in lap 1 and 2. So he eventually got past. And Nigishin is next up, and it seems like Shakes is battling a bit in the early stages of this race. So Nigishin's going to line him up very shortly. Zardi also joining the fray now. And this section is so hard on tyres. You really need to look after your tyres. You think 10 laps on effective mediums is should be alright. But this track is extremely aggressive due to the G-force. And you can see there just a slight correction there from Zardi. As the cars go all the way up. And Deke... yeah, 2.3 seconds behind, but let's have a look at the battle in front. It is Josh against our new driver, CHX. And they're both dropping the fuel slightly, 2.3 seconds now between second and third. So this group making a break for it. And let's just go further down. Nigishin, this battle for fourth, actually for third. Deke, Shakes, Nick, Zardi, Arno, all in for a shout. Oh, good view of this from Zardi to have a look at Nick and Shake. So they're getting feisty. So Panda's saying Sergix is cheddar. Probably cheese. Alright, well, we can't call him Karskop, so we'll stick with cheddar. Whatever comes to mind when I'm tired. It might be feta at a stage. But yeah, he's having a great race so far. His first race is at FTR, so making the most out of it. Nick getting very close to Shakes and getting impatient. Diki didn't make the break as I thought he would do. So the gap now 3 seconds, and the DRS train is now starting to form. Is Nick going to have a look on the inside and come from way far back? No, he's decided against it. He's just going to swing it in there and just try to put him under pressure. But Mercedes looking quite fast at the moment. Arno getting very close to Zadi as well as they go through this fast flowing section. So let's have a look at the onboard from Zadi. Let's have a look in the guys in front to see how they go through sector 2 and if there's this, yeah, one of the most annoying corners in F1. But Zadi does this really well. Negates it pretty decently. And he's going to get the DRS from the cars in front as well. So it's all about who gets the best exit and who wants to burn the most of his ERS. Trying to get past the guys in front. ERS now wide open. And also about wing levels. And it seems like Zadi has got much lower wing settings. And there we go. Zadi through on Shakes. Nick Gishin through on Shakes. And ooh, a big moment there as Shakes cuts back. But yeah, Nick defending well there. All good in love and war. Nick up into 4th. He's going to start chasing after Diki now. Shakes in 5th. Zadi bouncing on 6th. And this has brought Arno into contention as well. With 0 to cool in 8th. So plenty of opportunities here for the guys at the mid-pack. Trying to get themselves up into the top 4. And Nick Gishin now 1.2 seconds. So he might suffer slightly with the pressure from Shakes behind. Because he doesn't have DRS in front to pull him along from Diki. So he's going to have to be strategic with his ERS. Trying to get ahead. But Zadi, yeah, he's definitely carrying less swing than everyone else around him. And is he going to put this in on the inside? Yes, he does. And slight touching from the guys. And he's going to get the, ooh, he's going to get the outside here. Bit of bumper cars here, but yeah, he does make the move stick. So that is Zadi up into 5th position. And next up for Shakes, and he's tumbling down the field like 2 positions in 2 laps. First Nick and now Zadi. And he's got Arno just behind him. And 0 to cool, keeping up nicely with the guys here as well. So he's currently in 8th, but anything can happen in front of him. So you can go from 8th to 4th in a blink of an eye around here. But Arno is very close at the moment to Shakes. I'm not sure if Arno is going to get the benefit of the ERS. It's probably not. Shakes going to have a look around the outside, is he? Oh, he's going to do the switcheroo. Gets it in on the inside. What a move there by Shakes. And wow, that was legend by him. And ooh, it's a battle behind with Arno and with Zadi. As they go side by side, Zadi gives him the space that he is. Ooh, big moment there. This is great fighting by these 2 guys. This has just given Nick the possibility or the opportunity to get away from a second from Shakes. So Shakes out of DRS now from Nick. Nick 1.3 seconds away from Diki. So he's going to start chasing after him. Bob also having a great start here. Ooh, and that was a poor exit there from Zadi. Probably lost the rear slightly. And yeah, he falls all the way down into 9th. And that's Bob up into 8th. Arno up into 7th. 0 up into 6th. This is great racing by the Premier Division. Ooh, ooh. And Arno not looking in his mirrors there. Great awareness here by Bob. And so far, well done. Lap 6 of 10 and no penalties so far. So that's great discipline by the Premier Division guys. And if you want to catch Division 2, they're up tomorrow night for the Circuit of the Americas. Same time, same place. They are on Thursday. So you can join Nick Gishin. He's on the comms box tomorrow night. And I'm pretty sure that 0 to Cool is going to join him. So yeah, Dumb and Dumber is going to be in the comms box tomorrow night, so please join them. And yeah, there we go. So Nick Gishin 1.1 seconds. He's just staying slightly out of the DRS of Diki, and you get the feeling if he gets inside there, he might just pull away slightly from the guys. But it's all about Shakes, Arno, 0, and Bob. Even Zadi after that mistake. That's brought Shane back into contention as well. Currently Shane intense. And he's also looking quite racy. There's only 4 laps to go. And if you get a penalty now, 3 seconds, if you get a 3-second penalty, if you are in 4th, that will drop you probably all the way down into 6th, 7th position. So you can lose 3 to 4 places with penalties. So it's all about keeping it nice and clean now. Tyres is going to be stressed. They are probably, you can see that movement from Shane there as well. Probably past its best deliverance. So you really need just to keep it nice and tidy here. All a line astern as they go through. And Deke has now opened that gap slightly to Nick, 1.7 seconds. So this will be the starting grid if they finish like this now for the main event. But it is CHX leading from Josh. So let's just go back to these two. We haven't been focusing really a lot on them, but let's have a look at them. Lap 7 out of 10. And this is good racing by, I'm going to go with Cheddar. It's just easier to say than the whole CHX double DA. Sounds like some Mission Impossible code, so let's stick away from that. And, Josh doing a stellar job here trying to stick with Cheddar. Deke also in the Red Bull, so this is going to be good red points for Red Bull, although the sprint is not mega points. It's basically 8 points for the winner, all the way down into 8, which gets 1 point. So if you're outside of the top 8, there's no points, which will be Zardi, Shane, Imi, Sacred and Royal. So not good for the Aston Martins for their chase for the Constructors' Championship. My faster teammates in Premier Division. So me and Sergeant Pandas looking with expectations to the Aston Martin drivers. Alright, Arno is still closer. Gap starting to open up. Nick now 2 seconds away from Deke. Shakes with NDRS of Nick. Zero also fallen back quite dramatically, 3.4 seconds, and he's under pressure from Arno Gous. And Arno is under pressure from Bob. Let's have a look for a big moment there for Bob as he climbs the curb and the car bottoms out. Just be very careful that he doesn't get underfloor damage with being too aggressive on the curves. So Bob's going to get DRS the same as Arno, the same as Zardi. Let's have a look if anyone is brave enough. Arno goes in on the inside, and he's going to leave the space. Bob sees the opportunity on the inside with Zero, and Zero's got the inside on this corner. They're going to have to give each other space here, which they do. Great driving by both these drivers. Good move there by Bob. That gets him up into 7th. Oh, and a big moment there for Zardi. A big spin for him. So his teammate's going to come past him in 10th. So not a good showing by the 2 Aston Martin drivers. And a bit of a disappointing one for them after qualifying. So as Sacred also goes through to put himself up into 8th. But it is Arno who's now in 6th. Shakes has dropped slightly down behind Nick, now 1.6 seconds. And it's all about this fight, really. That's the closest fight, probably barring Josh, Deke, and Cheddar. So let's have a look. There's 1 lap to go after this. And then I'm going to take a short break while I prepare for the main event. Get some coffee going. So 3 guys. So it's McLaren leading from Red Bull, then the Mercedes of Nick Gish and Alpine of Shakes. And yeah, no Alpha Tauri here tonight. 2 Ferraris currently in 7th and 11th. The 2 Aston Martins disappointing 10th and 12th. So it's going to be a good debrief with them. Right, so let's see. The last lap is starting now. Let's see if anyone is brave enough to make a move. It's all about the decisions now. Do you really want to fight for 1 point extra for the win? Do you want to start on pole? Would you rather like to start in second and get the rundown into turn 1 on the main event? Because that's where the points is lying. This is points, but yeah, the main points is really lying with the main event. And will this be Cheda's first win in FTR on his debut? It will be the first time in FTR history that a driver on his debut wins a race. So lots of records being broken in season 12. Nick Gishan breaking the record in season 11, being the first driver to be world champion for Premier Division and Division 2. And Cheda on the brink of making history in FTR as well into season 12, so 12 seasons. And he will be the first driver on debut to get the win. But Josh is not going to make it easy for him, so is Deke. So Josh will get DRS coming out of his corner. He's got a good exit there, so it's all about how much do you want to burn and where do you want to go. A bit of weaving, but that's no issues. Goes around the outside. Oh, run slightly wide, so Josh has got the inside. Yeah, he's going to make it difficult for him. Is he going to try to go around the outside? Is he going to do the switchback? Good switchback there by him. It's all about the exit now. He needs to tuck himself right in on the inside of the McLaren. He's probably not going to be able... Oh, big wobble there for the McLaren. Is this going to be a win for Josh? Taking the debut win away from... And, oh, is that going to bring... Let's just have a look there, Deke. If he's going to have to... Is he going to have the opportunity on the inside? No, he's not. But what a pass by Josh. And takes away a record that might have been set tonight. But it is Josh from Cheddar, from Deke, from Nick Gishan, Shakes Arno, Zero, Shane, Emmy. They're all so close to each other. But what a lap. And what a last sector there by Josh. And thank goodness we were on board for that, because that was exciting nevertheless. So much easier to commentate if there's action like that on track. So the first part of Wednesday night racing is done, and it is Josh who got the better of everyone there. Driver Dave Bob, yeah, he started at the back, didn't have a bad race, probably didn't qualify where he wanted to in the Ferrari, but he made up for it. So just a confirmation, 8 points for Josh, followed by Cheddar taking the glory away from him, being the first debut driver to win at FTR on his debut race. Deke, a good third for him. Nickishan fourth, Shakes Arno 0. And your last point scoring position, Shane in 8th. And then a disappointing for Emmy, Bob and Sadi. I'm going to take a short break and I'll catch you guys on the formation lap. For the main event, it's the 50% race coming up here at the Circuit of the Americas. Alright, so welcome back. If you just joined us, that is the result of the sprint. It was Josh ahead of Cheddar from Diki, followed by Nick Isham. But we're going to get on board with Nick here and get a great bird's eye view, cockpit view of the guys in front. A couple of guys on the soft, Josh, Shane, Royal and Tormund joining late. The rest of the guys all on medium, so expect a one-stopper, medium to hard or soft to hard. And it's a great start there by Nick Isham. And is he going to go around the inside? He tries to avoid contact. Yeah, he's going to get the better drive out of here, most probably. And further down the field, it looks like there was a bit of contact between drivers, Sacred and Imi. Not sure if there's any damage from anyone. I can't see anyone. Tormund Kills is out. I'm not sure what happened to Tormund. But yeah, he's out in corner one. So joined late, no qualifying session for him. Did all the effort to pitch up for the race. And 2 seconds. And his night's finished. And yeah, apologies Tormund, that is so frustrating. And hopefully it was not the doing of someone else, as Nick Isham has a look on the inside of Josh. So those soft tyres not looking so dandy for Josh at the moment. Nick getting past. Further down the field it's Tiki Arno up into 5th. A big gap then there from Royal from Zari to Imi. I don't think there's any damage on Imi's car. It doesn't look like there is. We'll have a look and see if anyone jumps into the pit. So yeah, there's the strategy. Soft mediums, lap 12 to 13. Medium hards, 13 to 18. One stopper tonight on the 50% race. So expect the guys on the mediums to pit for the hards around about lap 17, 18. Even maybe earlier than that. And expect the guys on the softs to pit quite early if they've got a brand new set of mediums. They might go soft medium, might go soft hard. But it is Cheddar who sets the fastest lap at the 1:37.405. And that's in the early stages, lap 2 of 28. And a couple of pit stops here. So let's just have a look. Sacred into the pits, Shane into the pits, Bob into the pits. And let's just have a look and see who has got what. So, yeah, no nose for Sacred. But he serves a penalty. Looks like he served a penalty. Bob into the pits. That's going to be a new front wing for him. And I just want to have a look at Shane. That was probably also a new front wing for him. So he get on the softs. Bob and Sacred on the hards. So plenty of time in this race just to catch up still. You can definitely expect a safety car somewhere along the line. Although Circuit of the Americas is not known for safety cars. So probably a 1 out of an 8 chance of getting a safety car here. But never say never. We've never had red flags here at FTR. So in this season of introduction. And this might be the night that we see a red flag. And catching everyone off guard. Tyre choices, tyre selection, strategy selection. Getting as quickly as done as possible. Getting on the right tyre. And having a new start. Standing start to the race. But yeah, that sounds exciting. But we haven't had that yet. Telemetry is all screwed up again. Definitely someone's internet is messing around. And that's why we can't keep up with that. But it is Cheddar leading from Josh, from Nick. Distinct Tiki in 4th. Arno in 5th. And then there's a train of cars coming. So everyone is going to get DRS on this lap. 2 laps after the race start, you will get DRS as Josh gets the fastest lap with a 1:36. And he is on the soft, so expect him to be slightly faster than the McLaren driver in front of him on the mediums. But we'll keep a close eye on him, so maybe he might just be nursing those softs and trying to go soft hards. Which I'm not sure it's going to work for him, because if he hasn't made the inroads yet on those softs, it's already 3 laps, and those softs will overheat, and they will take the best out of them eventually around about lap 6. So we might just see an early pit stop from Josh. Sacred back into the pits. I'm not sure why he's back into the pits. Is this going to be an early retirement for the Ferrari driver? We'll have a look at that and see. He puts on a pair of softs, so that's a new front wing for Sacred as well. So horrible night for him. A horrible night for the Ferraris, as Bob got driver of the day earlier in a sprint, but all the way down into 12th position on the hards. And he's not going to get to the end on those hards, so he's going to have to pit again. And it is a fight here between Royal and Imi. So Imi is already staying ahead of the soft. It's Josh who got past Cheddar, and we missed that unfortunately. Apologies for that. We always try to give everyone some kind of airtime on YouTube. So, but Josh did get past, and it's all about, can he make the break now? Can he push these tires to a limit that they don't really want to be so early on lap 4, starting lap 4? Is he going to push them very hard? But the mediums is going to, I expect, round about lap 5, 6, the mediums is just going to be in a different league. And Jetta's going to go around the outside, gives the space that is needed, runs slightly wide. And that's going to bring Nick slightly closer. Nick also on the mediums. Just think Deke just behind them on Ocho's keeping in touch. And yeah, the Royal Viking just behind Innie at the moment. And a big gap there towards the McLaren of theoretical Shane fastest lap 136 flat. And Shane is on 2 lap old soft tires. So Josh being the bottleneck at the moment, keeping Cheddar behind him on a 3-lap old soft. It's now Cheddar, Nickish, and Distinct, Deke, and Onagos. Everyone is scored up, so you've got like a 4-5 man DRS train going on here. And let's have a look at Deke if he fancies the chance. We can further see up the field that there was a look there from Cheddar onto Josh, but decided against it. Now the best that Josh can do is to try to keep these guys behind him as much as he can while he burns that softs. It will take the pace away from the mediums. So the longer he can defend, the better for his race strategy. He probably picked the wrong tyre option allocation for tonight's race. So he probably doesn't have 2 sets of brand new mediums available to himself. So he's probably going to have to go hard after the softs, which is going to put him under a lot of pressure. He might get the undercut, but his tyres at the end of the race is going to be absolutely done with, and that's going to bring the guys into play. Nick Ishin also getting quite close, so let's stick with Nick to see what happens in front. Dior is open now. Let's have a look and see if he does make the pass. He's going to go around the outside. Is he going to tuck in? Oh, try to tuck in, and yeah, these two guys having a good go. And the guys at the back there, Nick Ishin. Oh, and is Nick going to go around the inside? Ooh, that's all good racing. And like I said, this is just bringing everyone. It's 3 drifts in there that can't be done. So that's a good move by Cheddar, putting himself up into first. And Nick's going to be, or Josh is going to be under pressure from Nick very shortly. Not sure how much is left in those softs. And I think if Cheddar pulls the trigger within the next couple of laps and pulls out a second or two, Josh might think about pitting and taking a chance there. But these 3, is Nick gonna give them the opportunity? Ooh, cuts a bit of corner there. That might just get him a warning. He needs to be very careful because the 3-second penalty can hurt you badly around here, especially if you are this close. But this is mega racing by these 3 drivers. There we go, 3-second time penalty for Nick. Apologies for that, Nick. Commentator's curse. But that did look like a bit of track cutting to me. And a 3-second time penalty. So Nick's on the board. We'll see if anyone follows him. So Nick is looking quite fast. He didn't look that way in the sprint. So he's found some pace, found some rhythm in the sprint, and he's really making up for it now. Trying to get on the throttle as easy or as soon as he can. DRS wide open. Is he going to try to make this move? Where is he going to do it? Is he going to go around the inside? Brakes quite late. Puts it out, puts it in on the inside, yeah. And that's good driving. Corners his. Oh, big snap there for Josh. Can be very happy or glad that he didn't collect Nick Ishin on the way out there and take Deke with him. But it's Cheddar who's lost out mainly in this stint. 6 of 28 laps. And Nikishin is our third leader of the race. We've had Josh leading, we've had Cheddar leading, now it's Nikishin leading. So when is it Diki's turn? Because Distinct Diki looks very hungry at the moment. He's currently in third, just behind his teammate. Nikishin with a 3-second penalty. It is still early days, but a 3-second penalty will put him, just to give you some perspective, 3-second penalty will put him all the way down into 6th. So, yeah, need to be very careful with track limits around the circuit of the Americas. Arno still hanging on to this, guys, and all credit to Arno for keeping up with the fast guys in front of him. We know that Josh has got mega speed. A previous world champion at FTR, Nikishin, previous world champion. So we've got 2 world champions in the top 5. So great stuff by Arno, trying to keep up with them, doing a mega job. And as I say that, it's Zadi who has a look on the inside now. Let's have a look at this fight. We've got also a great view of the guys in front. Shane also joins the 3-second time penalty club. And Zadi puts it in on the inside. Yeah, and it's a good move onto Arno. So Zadi up into 5th. Cheddar still in 4th. Diki in 3rd. Josh in 2nd. Josh doing a stellar job here. 7 laps on those softs already. So the question is, when does he pit? If he pits on lap 10, he's got 18 laps to go on the hards, which is definitely doable. But that's going to be very tough for him. Because, yeah, he's going to be on very badly worn tires at the end of the race with the guys on fresher rubber. The guys in the mediums expect them in what, round about lap 12, lap 13. Trying to do 14, 15 laps on the hards. So I take it probably lap 13 to get, what, another 5, 15 laps on the hards. Yeah, Nikishin. Look, he's got a 3-second time penalty, but it's out of the way. A lot of guys behind him might sit on more warnings than what we expect. So any fault or any mistake from anyone, and you will see that right-hand column start showing you some black and white flags. And that's the FI stewards saying to you that, hang on, you're not sticking to the allocated kilometer of the track. You're trying to cut corners here, and we're going to penalize you for that. So, Bob still in 12th on those hard tyres, pitted very early in the race. And then Shane, he had the fastest lap earlier. We'll check out fastest lap later. He's currently in 11th. And I think the guys are just waiting for a safety car. I tell you what, the last time I had this much excitement was on the opening race with last season, and I think it was in Austria, Premier Division, one of the best races at FTR. And if you haven't watched that video yet, please go onto our YouTube channel and go check out season 11, round 1, which was Austria, Premier Division. One of the best races I've seen in league racing, and probably one of the best races I've commentated on. And this is getting very close to Austria season 11. Imi is sort of like good recovery drive for him. He's up into 6th position, so good recovery from him, and he is currently our driver world champion leader. So he needs he's fighting with Josh and Shakes at the moment. Shakes currently in 7th, so he will take some points away from Shakes, but Josh will take points away from Imi. So if I just do the math quickly in my head, if it stays like this, we will go to, don't know what's next, I think it's Mexico. We will go to Mexico next week, and it will be Josh leading the championship. Right, Jedi gonna have a look at Diki here. Right, big question is, when is Josh going to jump into the pits and get rid? Ooh, is that going to be a brave move? That is a brave move. That looks to me like corner cutting, so I'm not sure if the game recognizes that. But I see a couple of... ooh, big moments for Diki as he loses the Red Bull. And yeah, Emi a little bit too far away to get close to him. But big moment there from Diki. It puts Zari up into 4th. Josh still staying out. 9-lap-old softs. And a mega pace by him for sticking with that worn tyres with the guys on the mediums. Royal Viking in the Alfa Romeo jumping into the pits. He's done 9 laps on those softs, so he's going to jump onto a set of hards. Bet your bottom dollar for that. That's not going to be mediums, is it? No, it is the white rimmed wall tyre, which is the hard. Shane also onto the board with time penalties. But it is Nick from Josh, from Cheddar, from Zari. And Zari making some good inroads here. So after that mistake from Diki, he's put himself up into contention for the podium. And Diki now 2 seconds after that mistake. And not under pressure yet from Emi, 2.7 seconds. So a difficult race for Emi. But a much better representation for the Aston Martin in the main event than what it was in a sprint lap. 10 of 28, 18 laps to go. I'm going to take a short break. And I'm going to stick with Josh because I've got a funny suspicion. And there's Sacred. Sacred's out, and that is a safety car. So that plays music to Josh's ears on the softs. And I bet your bottom dollar everyone's going to go into the pits now. So Nick Gishan, back the pack up, floor it, get into the pits, and try to get out in front of everyone. This saves Josh. He can go into the pits now, get rid of those softs. I'm not sure what happened to Sacred. But everyone who has pitted, that is on the hearts, Shane and Zero, and Will, they miss out on that, unfortunately, because they pitted before the safety car. So, safety car in. Let's see, expectations, everyone on hearts after this pit stop. Let's see if anyone is brave enough. I don't think we'll see anyone on mediums. Let's see what Josh does. Josh mediums, wow, so he had a brand new set of mediums available, so he decided to keep that for the race. So it is still Nick from Josh as they were. Zari. No, so it is Cheddar that comes out in front of Zari, but a good pit stop there by the Aston Martin team. This thing Diki still in 5th, Shakes in 6th, Eme in 7th, Arno in 8th. Everyone on the hearts barring Josh. So Josh had a brand new set of mediums, so good good strategy by him, and a safety car just worked wonders for him. I'm going to take a short break while it is a safety car. We're going to be about 3 laps under the safety car, so I'll probably rejoin on lap 14. Right, so safety car restarts on lap 13, caused by Sacred. 2 retirements so far. Sacred on lap 11. Torment Kills first corner, lap 1. Not a good night for Torment, and feeling very disappointed for him. But it is Nick leading from Josh. Josh, the only guy on the mediums at the moment. And Cheddar on the hards as well. Zardi on hards. So a bit of a gap here. Nick catching a couple of people napping. But it is Josh. He's looking quite fasty on those mediums. So what he's going to have to do, what, 15 laps plus a couple of laps under the safety car. That's probably about 4% tire wear. Trying to heat up your tires. So if Nick can keep them all behind, he's got a 3-second penalty. But everyone can still join into the penalty fray. So it's not over yet. And he's due for a win, our current world champion of Premier Division. So he's due for a win just to get his confidence up. He's currently in the middle field of the championship for drivers, and a couple of disappointing races for him earlier, but he needs a good result tonight just to get him into the rhythm, getting the confidence back in that Mercedes. First season that he's in Mercedes, he's always been, since I can remember, in either AlphaTauri or Red Bull. Been my teammate as well, and a great teammate. So Josh, it's in the Red Bull, he used to be teamed up with Bob, but he's got a new teammate in Distinct Deaky this season. And the longer Nick can keep Josh behind him, the better for him, because those hearts will come to him eventually. And that is Imi on Shake. So good fight here. Oh, Imi loses it, and oh my word. So what a horrible night for him. As soon as he gets rhythm, as soon as he gets a second chance, he just drops it again. So currently in 11th, there is still points up for grabs for him. Points up into 12th, so 11 will get him 2 points. But yeah, disappointing from his side. Bob into 9th. Let's just have a look and see. Zero to Cool still in 10th position, chasing after Bob and Royal Viking. But the closest battle probably on track is between Nick, Josh and Cheddar, followed closely by Zardi and Deaky. So lap 14 of 28, half distance through the Circuit of the Americas. I am going to be on and off in the comms box, and just got some work stuff to attend to in between. So if you don't hear me, it's not like the comms is not working. It's just busy with some work in the background. And unfortunately they pay the salary, not FTR. So it's all about priorities. Right, Distinct Deaky joins the 3-second time penalty club as well. And we'll take a little bit of pressure off Nick Gishan as Josh goes past. Nick has got DRS. Surely he's not going to go from this far behind. No, he's not. And he's just going to keep it nice and tight, trying to keep Cheddar away from him. So they're both on the hot. It's all about to see if Josh can make the break now. Can he drop Nick and the rest of the hard runners? If he does make a break for it, how long will those mediums hold on to? We saw him extreme pace with them on the softs up until lap 9. So really looking well after his tyres. Great setup by him. He's already 0.6 of a second ahead of Nick. So Nick's going to get DRS now. Nick's going to have to do what he needs to do, trying to stay in that DRS. And we'll see how much it comes down. 0.76 when they crossed the DRS section. And he's going to have to get that down to 0.4, 0.5 if he wants to get DRS again. And it's not a job by him staying into the DRS range. And the hard tyres will come to me eventually when the mediums go. Although we did see a big moment there for Cheddar as we are with this beautiful camera helmet shot in the McLaren. Zardi holding onto that. Deaky also within DRS from Zardi with a 3-second time penalty. Shake's looking quite feisty in the Alpine. So he's got a resurgence, and you can see the guys in front of him. So you can see the podium. Shake's currently 3rd in the World Championship after his 7th place penalty for last week. So finished 2nd and ended up in 9th. after his penalty, so that hurt him quite badly with his championship contention, or his championship campaign. But he's keeping tabs on the guys. He can see 5th and 4th, and he can also see 3rd and 2nd in front of him. So he's not letting anything get away from him, and he's just ready, waiting for anything to happen. A bit of a gap into Royal. Arno is going to be at the back of Royal Viking very soon. That will be good for Mercedes if Arno can get himself into 7th, can get some breathing space and try to start chasing after Shakes, Diki and Zadi in front of him. Gets a DRS. It's a good exit. But the Royal Viking might be running a lot less wing. So let's see if he can make this work. Is he going to go around the inside? He's going to go around the outside, and we've seen this not working. Going around the outside, he's going to try to do the switcheroo, but yep, you need to be on the inside of that corner to make it stick. And that didn't work so well for Arno, so he's going to have to wait again for another DRS zone, maybe on a start-finish straight. Alright, so Josh has broken, he's almost broken. I just want to see if Nick Gishan, yeah, he's going to get DRS again, but yeah. Arno goes jumping also onto the time penalty scale, and Nick trying his best to stick with Josh at the early stages of those medium tires, 6-lap old mediums versus 6-lap old hard. And if you're watching this, don't think that you'll be able to do it. These guys are in a slightly, oh, is it Arno? It's Arno and Royal still fighting it out. We're going to stick a bit with these two guys, and their fighting has brought Zero back into contention as well as Bob. So just going back to my comment earlier, if you think it's easy, yeah, be careful. These guys are on a different level. That's why they're in Premier Division. And Josh is known for looking after his tires, aka almost like Sergio Perez. And if he is gapped Nick Gishan now to 1.3 seconds, and if he can, yeah, and I saw that coming. So Cheddar has taken second from Nick Gishan. They've got a bit of a gap towards Zari, 1.4 seconds. Maybe not a bad thing for Nick to let Cheddar have a go at Josh while he just tried to find his rhythm again and let these two battle it out. And the more you battle it out, the more time you lose. So it might just work in Nick's favor. So he can just get his balance of the car right again, get his focus back, find the rhythm, and then just charge at the end. There is 11 laps left. I'm going to take a short break, and I'm going to stick with Royal and Arno, yeah, and I'll be back shortly. Right, so let's divert our attention slightly down here to 4th and 5th. Distinct Tiki also joining the 3-second time penalty club. He's all over the back of Zardi at the moment. Yeah, so looking good for him. Let's just have a look at Nigishan. Yeah, he's still at the back of... So they're all sticking with the DRS. It's all about who saves how much energy and fuel. As that is Diki who makes the move. Shakes is also going to come fast, is it? Yeah. Great stuff by Shakes. Puts himself up into 5th position. Great stuff by him. So podium's still up for any of these two drivers, especially with Diki and Nigishan's 3-second time penalty. At the moment, Nick will stay in 3rd, but Shakes will jump into 4th. Yep, depending on what happens in front of him. So he knows these penalties. He knows he mustn't do anything on the wrong side of the stewards. Zardi also at the back of Shake. So good driving by these guys. And it's Chedo who's going to have a look at the inside. No, he's not. He's just making Josh aware that he is around. And Nigishan, all credit. Still sticking around. You can see the light flashing at the back of the Red Bull there, or the Mercedes trying to recover some energy. A bit of a gap then between 3rd and 4th. That's the fight between Diki, Shakes and Zardi. And then a big gap to Arno Gous in 7th. So 5 laps to go here in the Circuit of the Americas, and yeah, Shake's getting past Diki there, as we saw earlier, and he's 4 seconds behind Nick, so he doesn't have any penalties. So another mistake from Nick would drop him into big trouble here, so he's going to have to keep it nice and tidy. Yeah, Shakes can sniff a podium here if he can get within that 3-second range. The other question is, how long does Josh's tyres, how long is that going to hold on? And you can see from the previous issue that Nick has been trying to recover energy most of the time. And the red light flashing at the back. Nick knows he's got a 3-second time penalty, so he's going to have to do something somewhere. Although at the moment he is in third, and he just needs to keep it nice and clean. But he doesn't want to get bucked down by the guys in front of him if he feels he's got more pace. It looks like the heart is coming to him. Because if you do that, then Shakes, another 3-second time penalty. So that's going to be 6 seconds, and that is the risk. Do you protect third? Do you want to get into second? And currently, with that 6-second time penalty, that's going to drop him all the way down into fifth. And that's going to promote Shakes onto the podium. But it is Cheddar, 0.8 of a second. And the big question is still, how long is Josh's tyres going to hold on? Are they going to do another 4 laps, or are they going to see a massive drop off on those tyres? No other close battles to talk of, really. 0 to cool within DRS of Arno, so that might be a nice battle shaping up for us on the last couple of laps here at the Circuit of the Americas. I just want to check up what is up next for FTR. So next up we will be having tequila next week as we head off to Mexico for a dynamic race here at FTR. That will be on the 1st of November. And that will be Mexico, followed by Brazil, also dynamic weather. So expect maybe those 2 sessions to have a bit of rain. And then we're off to the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. Before we tackle Las Vegas, which everyone's been waiting for, and final race Singapore on the 29th of November. Before we head into December for the holidays, a nice break as Heretical gets nice and close. Let's just have a look at your time. What am I doing? Let's just have a look at your time penalties. Let's just do that. Right, Nick sitting on 6, Distinct DQ on 3, Arno on 3, Zero on 3, and Emi Alonso on 3. Right, Emil Alonso into the pit, so he's got a front wing missing, so he's going to get out in front of Royal Viking, so put on a pair of socks, go for the fastest lap. Pardon me, so he comes out behind Royal, and telemetry is all screwed up. Yeah, you need to be in the top 10 to get fastest lap, so he's got 2 laps to trying to get past Royal. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that. Let's just have a look at this. Yeah, so I don't think he's going to be able to claw 12 seconds back on Royal. So, but he might take away the fastest lap from whoever the fastest lap belongs to. DK getting close to Shakes, but that's all material because he has got a 3-second time penalty. So that will be maybe a track gain for him. But yeah, definitely not on the final result. The same with Negation. Currently Negation with a 6-second time penalty. He will fall behind Zardi, in between Zardi and Zero at the moment, if my math is not too bad. Yeah, so it's Shakes. If he keeps it nice and clean, even if he does make a mistake somewhere in terms of a 3-second time penalty, he'll still be safe. Because Nick has got 6. I think Diki's got 3 and Diki is behind him. So, but it is the battle in front. So let's focus on the battle in front. 2 laps to go, 1.5 lap to go, really. Around the Circuit of Americas here on Wednesday Night Racing with FTR Season 12. It is round 5. And let's see if Josh has got anything left in the tank, or is this going to be a debut win on the main event for Cheddar. He's still got one opportunity to put himself into the record books here at FTR. And that got taken away from him in the sprint by Josh. Is Josh going to break his heart again? But even if he does a good showing by Cheddar on his first night out with FTR, he's on 16 lap old hards, Josh on 16 lap old mediums. Great time management by Josh. Right, as we start the final lap, I am going to stick with these two because it's really about these two for the win. No one else is close. Even if Shakes does get past Negation, it's material, really, with the 6-second time penalty of Negation. So let's see if Josh has got something up his sleeve. We saw that on the sprint. Is he going to try to pull the same trick? He might be a little bit too far away to do what he did earlier in the sprint. All depending on his exit here. Good exit by him. Is he going to do what he did earlier? He's going to get DRS and he's going to use everything that he's got. And the same with Cheddar as Josh comes past. Is he? Surely he's not going to do the same as what he did in the sprint. Exactly the same move. Oh, big wobble there for the Red Bull driver. And a bit of contact between the two, but it's all good. And you clearly see that Cheddar wants this win. He wants to get himself up into the record books. And he's going to boost all the way through here. Is he going to be able to? Oh, this is magic. I tell you what. Side by side. Oh, and he gets past around the outside. How's that for a move? Is he going to be able to get his first win? I kid you not. Unbelievable. Never seen anyone do an overtake around the outside. My word. Great, great drive by Cheddar. Absolutely legend. Josh in second. Shakes promoted into third. With Negation 6-second time penalty, Zardi in fourth, Diki in fifth, and Negation, yeah, after that 6-second time penalty, fighting for the win at a stage, all the way down into 6th, Theoretical in 7th. Guys doing a bit of acrobatics here at the end of the straight, but one of the best passes I've seen at FTR. It's a great drive by Cheddar, and I'm so glad we were on board with these guys because that was close racing, giving each other space. And, Josh doing the same move, but this time Cheddar, quick learner, knew it was coming. Lost a bit of the Josh lost the Red Bull slightly, and that just gave Cheddar the opportunity to come past. As we wait for everyone to come through, yeah, there we go. Everyone is through, and a big congratulations to Cheddar for his first win at FTR. And the fight is on. Driver of the day, Royal Viking. Not sure how Codemaster gets to this, but yeah. Right, there we go. And it is the McLaren. It's going to get the top step of the podium. So well done to Cheddar. Josh in second. And great drive by Shakes, keeping it nice and tidy. And putting himself up into third place. So let me just run you through the final standings. And I just want to do this quickly so we can just get the right one. So we started the night off with the sprint. Josh won the sprint from Cheddar, from Deaky, from Nick. And in the main race, the main event, it was just the other way around. It was Cheddar from Josh. Shakes getting into third, Deaky in fourth, Nigishan after a 6-second penalty into fifth, followed by Zero and Arno. Good recovery from Bob and from Royal. Disappointing night for Imi and Zadi. But yeah, that is your final results. Well done to Cheddar for first win at FTR. From my side, Abby, it's been a long night. Thank you very much for watching and tuning in. And I'll catch you next week as we head off to Mexico. Please join us tomorrow night for Division 2 as Nigishan and Zero to Cool will be your host tomorrow night. From my side, Abby, have a great evening. Ciao, ciao.